I'm not here to reopen my channel. My channel is still officially closed. I closed the last year, and you know the reason. And now I'm here to say just this. I told you so. I told you so. I wish I was wrong back when I said that this was gonna happen, but it is exactly happening. And I'm doing this video today just because yesterday something happened and people has finally realized what the loss of net neutrality means. In case you haven't heard that, Netflix announced a hike on their fee of about 20%. They're going from $10 a month to $12 a month for the 2-screen subscription, which is the most common. Where do you think those money are going to? Do you think that Netflix raised their price out of nowhere to give you more content when they were already making billions? Maybe you forgot to notice that last year Amazon had to raise their price just about by 20% as well, from $100 a year to $120 a year. Where do you think both Amazon and Netflix are sending those money to? I'll give you a simple hint. To the same cable company that you have already paid your internet connection. The same cable company that you pay high-speed internet to, now they're getting money also from Netflix and Amazon. You pay for the high-speed internet connection, you pay good money for it. I don't know about you, I have a 90 megabyte per second connection in my house. I pay $55 a month for it. But right now, the speed is not guaranteed on all websites. Now the speed is guaranteed only on selected websites. And people is getting fooled. They're saying, oh, it's so beautiful that we don't have net neutrality. Look at the speeds that they give us right now, 150, 200 megabytes per second. Read the fine print. You're getting fooled. The speed is guaranteed only on selected websites. And you don't get to choose the websites. The websites that get to access the speed that you're paying for are only the sites that agreed to pay your cable company the price to access the full speed. Because let's face it, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Cable companies, they hate Netflix, they hate Prime Video. Prime Video, Netflix, they take away customers from cable TV. And cable companies, they don't want to keep losing customers to these services. And they did everything they could to get rid of the net neutrality law that forced them to keep sending their video full speed. And like I said earlier, net neutrality was repealed in June. And just about in August, September, I start having problems watching Netflix as well as Prime Video. I start a movie, buffering wheel. Frustrating buffering wheel. It lasts 30, 40 seconds. I used to be able to click and the movie starts in full HD, no problem. Now, forget about it. Buffering wheel. And the movie, when it starts, it's in 720p. And throughout the movie, I get a couple of interruptions, sometimes even 3 interruptions. Even though I'm not watching in full HD, I get the movie interrupted by the stupid buffering wheel that frustrates me so much. It's awful. With the 90 megabytes per second, I shouldn't have to have the problem. And I've done the speed test. I've done the speed test multiple times. I always solidly get between 60 and 75 Mbps in my house. But when I watch a movie on Netflix, I cannot get more than 720p. That means that the connection is below 20 megabytes per second. Have you checked your phone? Have you noticed the YouTube? You want to do a very simple test? Disconnect from Wi-Fi and try to watch a video on YouTube. You open your YouTube app, you start a video. After 5-10 seconds, the video gets all blurry. Then you go to the top of your YouTube app, you press this button, you go here where it says quality, and you will notice that you have a check mark when it says 144p. 144p, it's awful quality. It's quality that you can stream at 2 megabytes per second. And that's exactly what your phone company is doing. They slow down your internet connection to 2 megabytes per second when you're watching YouTube. But go to do a speed test and you get crazy speeds. 20 megabytes per second, 30. Personally, I got a 37.1 megabytes per second over the network. Yet, if I try to increase the quality of the YouTube video to 360p, which is not even half as HD, the video keeps buffering. That's the beauty of the world without net neutrality. The net neutrality law, that guaranteed us consumer that whatever speed we paid for, we get it on any website, is gone. So now you get these crazy high speeds. They're even talking about doing the 5G. And the 5G speed, it's only guaranteed on those websites that agreed to pay the phone company to access the speed. Basically, it's like saying the DOT, the Department of Transportation, they start accepting money from car manufacturers to allow their branded cars to travel at a faster speed than others on the highways. To give you an example, Mercedes could pay the DOT so that their cars, they can drive at 90 miles an hour in the left lane while everybody else has to move over to the right to let them go by. So you are the unlucky person that cannot afford the Mercedes. You are driving your Honda, you see a Mercedes coming up on the window, you're driving at 75 miles an hour and you have to move over to the right lane where you have an 18-wheeler that goes down at 55. Meanwhile, the Mercedes drives at 90 and they can do so, but if you drive at 90, you get a ticket. It's the same thing with the internet. That's exactly what's happening in the internet. Right now, the speed that they advertise is guaranteed only on selected websites. And those websites, they happen to be more expensive just because they agreed to pay the cable company that you already paid for a fee. So you pay your internet connection to your cable company, then you pay for Netflix. Netflix costs 20% extra. That 20% goes again to your cable company so that you can see the video in full speed. And keep in mind, I'm using Netflix just as an example. There will be more sites that will go through the same exact thing. Obviously, considering what's happening on the cell phones, it's pretty clear that Google is not paying the phone companies to unlock the speed of YouTube. Otherwise, YouTube wouldn't be locked down to 2 megabytes per second. But the problem is that people does not understand this concept of the net neutrality. People, they fall for the false lines of, oh, super high speed, we don't have net neutrality, and look, now they offer me 200 megabytes per second, it's the fastest internet connection ever. And then you don't get the speed. You get the speed only on a selected website or some selected websites, maybe sites that you can't even afford. So you're paying for 200 megabytes per second, but you don't have the money to get Netflix and Amazon. So you actually don't see the 200 megabytes per second. Maybe you only see 50. The suck thing of a world without net neutrality, a law that was created in 1996 and made the internet the beauty that it has become to today, and now completely ruined. This is sad. It's just sad. That's the reason why I decided to close my YouTube channel, and right now I'm doing this disgusted video just to make the point that unfortunately it happened. I wish I was wrong. I wish I wasn't right, but this is exactly what is happening. Now, there is not a chance. If you try to start a new program, something new, a new Netflix, you won't be able to compete against Netflix because you won't have the money to pay the cable companies whatever they charge you. And don't come up with the BS that, oh, if you don't like your internet provider, you can use another one. It doesn't work that way. They sell you the 200 megabytes per second package. You see that your websites, they only run at 50. What do? You go to another cable company? I don't know who you are, but 80% of US households, they only have one cable coming. That's the same case in my house. I only have one cable company, And the other option is a DSL that doesn't even compare to the speed that the cable gives me. I either pay cable for 90 megabytes per second, or I have DSL at 25. It's awful. We destroyed it. America invented the internet. America invented the internet, and he had the net neutrality. The net neutrality was created here in 1996. It has been adopted all over the world. Now we don't have anymore. We pay for an internet connection. You get it only on selected websites. The other sites, they all go slow. They're all stuck in the right lane, where the people that cannot afford the Mercedes, they're stuck into. Sucks.